Greetings, everyone. I am Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of my 31 favorite album blind buys of all time. We have arrived at pick number 17, day number 17. We're looking back at all those albums that we bought, saw it in the record shop, saw it at the festival, saw it at the yard sale, saw it at the flea market, saw that album cover. Maybe we were familiar with the name of the band or artist, maybe not, but we loved that album cover. We said, I'm going to bring it home, take a chance on it. And when we did, we struck gold, right? Today is another perfect example of that. So this was something that I bought at, I'm thinking I bought this at a music festival. Pretty sure that's where I got this. And I had heard the name, but I was not familiar with the music at all. I had heard good things about them, but I happened to see the CD sitting amongst many racks of things at a festival I was at. And I was like, ooh, that looks pretty cool. Heard the name. People have spoken highly about them. I like the style of music. I just can't not take that home with me based on that album cover. This particular album was released in February of 1976, recorded at Golden Voice Studios in Pekin, Illinois, produced by Tommy Vicari for Epic Records. It's the self-titled debut from Starcastle. Yes, indeed. Take a look at that, right? Who's going to pass that up? Not me. Not me. I had heard lots of stories about how this band was one of those cool 70s U.S. progressive rock bands. Kind of had a yes sound, right? Heard good things about it. I was like, all right, at the point in time, did I really need another band that sounded like yes? Not necessarily. And then I remember hearing that the singer used to sing for REO Speedwagon. I was like, all right, I think I've heard enough. I think I'm going to just take a shot on this. And I really liked it, and I went out and got their next two albums like shortly thereafter. So this was probably like in the maybe like mid-late 90s, something like that. Anyway, the lineup of the band: Terry Luttrell on lead vocals, formerly briefly in REO Speedwagon. He was the back way in the beginning. Matthew Stewart on electric guitar and backing vocals. Stephen Hagler, electric guitar, backing vocals. So two guitar players in this band. Gary Strader on bass guitar, Moog Taurus bass pedals, and backing vocals. Herb Schilt on all sorts of keyboards. And Steven Tassler on drums and percussion. Like I said, produced by Tony Vicari. Also, Norm Kinney helped out on the production and engineering as well. And the artwork done by Alex Ebel. So right there, that's the selling point. And let's see if there are any shots of the band in here. Not that it really matters because I didn't see them right away, but there they are. So pleasantly surprised when I brought this home. To me, this is like a little bit more melodic, obviously very U.S. sounding, American sounding. Yes. Shorter songs, a little bit more concise songwriting, I think, but still lots of those really cool, synth leads and textures and lots of twin guitars and stuff. And Terry Luttrell's vocals, very similar to Mr. John Anderson. So what do we have on this album? We've got The Wonderful Lady of the Lake. That's the first opening track. It's so good. Very Yes-like, but again, it's just very melodic, a little bit more atmospheric than Yes, I would say. I mean, Yes, I think, is a little bit more virtuoso as far as what they have going on in their arrangements and things like that, but still a really good track. Elliptical Seasons, also really good. Forces is the last track on side one, so that makes up your first half of the CD. Like I said, Lady of the Lake is the longest track on here at 10.5 minutes. Everything else is fairly, normal. Stargate, which is a wonderful song with a great chorus, is just under 3 minutes. Then you have Sunfield, just over 7, To the Firewind, 5 and change, and Nova, the last track, which is pretty short. So really, when you think about it, it's not that long of an album. So what do we have? 16 minutes on side one, 9. So it's about 32 minutes long. It's not a very long album. It's kind of short and concise, but like I said, very accessible. This is probably out of all of their three early albums. You could say the second album maybe a tad stronger, right? But the first two are really the ones to get. By the third album, they're starting to get a little bit more poppy, a little more commercial. They've done some stuff later on, but really it's those first two albums that you really want from Starcastle. And I really dig it a lot. So like I said, this is one of many things I bought at that festival that I, had never heard before, and I just said, all right, maybe either one of the vendors was saying, someone like a Ken Golden or a Greg Walker were like, oh no, you should buy that, you definitely would like that. Or I just said, that looks really cool, I think I heard the name, maybe not, it just looks cool, I'm just going to bring it home. I did a lot of that type of blind buy stuff at these Prague festivals. So so that's my pick for today. Starcastle by Starcastle. Let us know what you think of this down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today and your story. And we'll see you tomorrow for another one. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. They're all down there. Thanks in advance for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. We got lots of stuff coming up this weekend. So we have tonight. Today we've got the Professor's Picks coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today for all the new releases and things coming out this Friday today. We've got tonight, we have 4 Fusion Song Battle. We have the Monsters Den tonight. We did not air the full Monsters Den episode last night because of Ace Frehley's passing, and we figured a lot of people would be doing kind of Kiss-related things and not wanting to sit and watch an episode on Ray Harryhausen and Sinbad films, right? So we decided to hold off on the Monsters Den till today. That'll be premiering tonight. We also have tonight an interview that I did yesterday with Annie Haslam and Jim McCarty on the upcoming short little mini Renaissance tour, right? We're bringing together the first wave of Renaissance and the classic wave of Renaissance together. So Jim McCarty, of course, also from the Yardbirds. That's coming up tonight. And tomorrow we have the UK Connection. And we also have on Sunday Ranking the Albums of Agent Steel. So lots coming up. Don't miss the UK Connection show. It's all about new wave of British heavy metal. We're doing another one of those episodes. 3 albums we're talking about. We got Saxon, Praying Mantis, and Girl School. So lots happening on the channel this weekend. So stay tuned for all of it. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.